Okay, guys, welcome in. Oh God, what am I doing? Supposed to hide that, not let anybody see it. Yeah, yeah, just so that everybody knows. So, welcome everybody. My name is Garrett M. La Laguna. The M stands for malicious? No, I already used malicious. Make, as in make it happen today. Today's Friday. It's right before the Super Bowl. I'm here in the Ready Cam room, obviously by myself because, frankly, no co host could possibly do me justice. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Tony. But no, I'm here because it is the end of the season. It is the Friday before the Super Bowl. And we have a champion. We have a champion in our league. And I wanted to just get this recording out there to formally congratulate him. Let everybody in the league see the trophy, or at least everybody that's still in the league as of next year, see the trophy and know what they're fighting for, know what they're playing for, and just kind of do a quick little season recap of what's happened this year. Because it's been a fun year. It really has. There's been a lot of different things that have happened this year. Yeah. So just to get right off with it, we're going to go through end of the year standings and stuff before we reveal who our champion is. And I'll go ahead and reveal third place and then who it came down to in the championship game. And then I'm going to call in our champion and actually have him sit down, say a couple words. I'm going to punch him in the face. And then we'll see what happens from there. So first off, I have to do this. Second off, I have to say, in last place this year, we did have Doug. Sorry, Doug. Sucks. You went 1-13. Draft better next year. I really don't know what to tell you. Yeah. We'll see what happens next year. In ninth place, we had Aaron Jewell. Yvonne's got a half chub at 3-11. You did okay. I'm actually really surprised your team didn't do a lot better this year, considering the players that you had on your team. Leonard Fournette really came on at the end of the year, but that was the problem at the end of the year. And then Kumara. I mean, you passed up Christian McCaffrey for Kamara, and usually, that wouldn't have been a bad call. Last year wouldn't have been a bad call. This year, nah, definitely not great. In eighth place, we have Justin. Good luck to Justin in all of his future endeavors. Miss the guy, but yeah, we'll see what happens with him. Hopefully, if you do happen to watch this, have a good one, man. Keep in touch. That whole thing. In seventh place, we had somebody who had really started this year rocking hard, doing really well, got on a big win streak early in the year, but then just kind of fell off and had a bunch of losses in a row. Jen and rustling some feathers. You did well to start off the year. You really had it going, and unfortunately it just kind of fell off, so I'm sorry for that. In sixth place, we had me. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not even going with the name that I had on there because, the fact of the matter is I stopped playing second to the last week. I just deleted the app and I was just like, cool, I'm done. I'm out of the playoffs, no point. So it stood at Charlie McDennis, but I'm going back with the original, the Brooklyn Bastards. I am the Brooklyn Bastard. And my team ended up in sixth place. A whole lot better than the last place that it told me I was going to be at, you stupid projections. I did better than that. 2 wins, my ass. Right above me in final standings, we did have Aaron Dayman. He did finish off the season just better than me at 8-6. I was 7-7. Middle of the pack, yeah. But Aaron got 8-6. He did not do too bad himself. Yeah. I'm actually a little bit surprised. I think he ended up finally beating me last week in the playoffs, and essentially for that runner-up position. I don't even care anymore. If you ain't first, you're last. So good job with Aaron, though. He managed to scrounge up 5th place. So in the playoff bracket, we did have 4 teams that had kind of been up there all year. Ossinipa Creek and Jamie, DJ Hodor and Tony, AVI Fantasy and Anthony, and then Colorado Beer Fan. Now, end of the year rankings were Jamie at 4th place, Hodor at 3rd place. 2nd place, we had AVI Fantasy, and in 1st place, to finish off the year in 1st place, which congratulations to you, Dave and Colorado Beer Fan. That's actually something that I've never done. I've been playing in this league for, I want to say, 7 years now, and it's something that I've never done. So good on you, Dave. You had a killer year, finishing up 12-2. Anthony had another killer year, finishing up 11-3. Tony, you didn't do bad, man. 9-5, and then Jamie at 8-6 again. It came down to tiebreakers between Jamie and Aaron, and unfortunately, Jamie held those tiebreakers. So, cool. So those are our playoff teams. Let me do this real quick and get a champion to come back here soon. So in our first round of playoff games, we had, we had Hodor taking on Anthony. So Tony on Tony, a little Tony on Tony violence there. And then we had Jamie taking on Dave. As you can imagine, Dave pretty handily beat Jamie to go on to our championship game. In the other game, the 2nd versus 3rd place game, we had DJ Hodor taking on Anthony. As I said, some Tony on Tony violence there. And in that game, contrary to how I felt it was going to go, we actually had a Tony pull out the win. DJ Hodor pulled out the win. Barely, I want to say. It was a close game. Unfortunately, I cannot get the final score up, but that brought us to our championship game of the year with 2 guys that actually sit right next to each other, Tony and Dave. And I was being that a-hole at the start of the year. I was just like, man, Dave's got this in the bag, and naturally Dave ended up in the championship game. But Tony had a good team, even though he gave up the number 1 ranked quarterback and the number 1 ranked running back, essentially giving everybody else as much of an advantage as they could, just because he felt omnipotent, I guess. He was just like, you know what, screw it, I don't need these guys, I'm good, piss off. So, yeah, that actually proved to be pretty accurate statement, because, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you our 2019 AVI NFL champion, Mr. Tony Burgess himself.
Hi.
And I have a mic for you right down here.
I have a chair, but the trophy's in the chair.
But so I'm going to go ahead and let you get mic'd up with that. And ladies and gentlemen, I have the trophy right here. Once he gets mic'd up, I am going to go ahead and present him with this lovely trophy.
I think we're good.
So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have my co-host here making his triumphant return. And Mr. Tony Burgess.
Yes.
Congratulations,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
I present to you as the first recipient of the official first recipient of the AVI NFL Fantasy Trophy.
Oh, so that is actually really cool.
Congratulations, sir. This is your trophy.
It's actually heavier than I thought.
It is heavier than you thought. It's going to have a couple nameplates on it. They are currently in the mail on the way here. It will say AVI NFL on the front, on a big placard on the front. And then it will have Tony Burgess, DJ Hodor, and the year.
The year, yeah.
commemorated on the winner's plaques. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have our champion, our first official AVI NFL champion. And yeah, this will be the format, I think, going on here in the future. We'll have it right Sunday before Super Bowl to the Sunday before Super Bowl. That's when he'll have to give it up next year to
I
me.
won't be giving it up. No, this is going to be here with me for the next 30 years until I retire.
Until he retires. So we'll see how well that works when he has a busted knee.
That's good.
But no, man, it was a hell of a season. You pulled out I feel the underdog victory there at the end.
Underdog. I didn't expect to win. And no, it was.
Tell everybody, in case they don't know, what happened. What was going on championship weekend with you?
Oh, it was crazy because I wasn't even in town. I was just out of town in the mountains in the middle of nowhere, where there's no phone connection or anything. So on the day of it was Sunday, I believe, Sunday or Monday. Might have been Monday. It was the Packer game.
I believe Monday was the final game that needed to happen. That was a big game because the Packers played and you had the Packers.
And so my cousin that I was living with in the cabin, he was able to get his phone to be in a hotspot, and he was able to get some very brief phone connection, just so enough I could see the score for the Packers game. I didn't even look at the fantasy score. And I saw that the Packers weren't doing that much on offense at all. Rodgers was doing his thing all year, which was just like under 200 yards pass and not much of anything. Aaron Jones had a decent game, but he didn't have 2 touchdowns yet. And Devontae Adams had few catches, but not many yards. So I was just looking at that, and I just immediately assumed I already lost. Like I already went to bed that night assuming I lost, and then the next day we went to the town, like a little town in the middle of nowhere. They have some phone connection there, and was able to check the score real quick. I didn't even check the score actually. As soon as I got phone connection, all of a sudden I got a text message from Dave saying congrats, and that's all he said. And I was like, wait, what? Congrats? I lost, didn't I? So I checked the score and I won by like what, a couple
4
points?
points.
4 points.
4.08 points.
I was stunned. And it was Aaron Jones. He had 2 touchdowns in that last game.
34 points.
34.
Last game of the season.
Yeah.
That on
Rodgers
top
had
of
8.
Melvin Gordon putting up 20 points for you. Yeah, no, it was a killer game to end out the season. It was definitely something that you needed, especially with Rodgers.
One of the last additions too. That week I was kind of flip-flopping between receivers to use for my second receiver, and I picked up A.J. Brown, which ended up. Honestly, if I did not pick him up, I would have lost. And he had I think almost 15 points.
He had 14.9 points. Yep. So definitely a good call to make. Definitely a lot of good calls over the season. You did really well. Congratulations again.
Well, I started out the season poorly, and I assumed I did assume I just gave up the season by just giving up Christian McCaffrey right away.
And Lamar Jackson.
I would never do. Obviously, I'm not gonna do that again, even though I won the championship.
Why have that extra stress?
I could have won easily with those 2 guys, but I decided to make it a lot more challenging. I had way more faith in Rodgers than I should have. After the season, after the season, I've already made it. I've accepted the fate that he's on the decline, and so next year I most likely will not be going for Rodgers because I don't see him ever coming back up to MVP status. So I have to make a decision next year on what I want to do for quarterback. That's all I've ever done in fantasy, just try to get Rodgers, and now it's just like, the last game of the season, he 8 points. No.
Yep. Granted, it was against the touted Minnesota defense, but well, I think that's about it.
That's it.
You know what? Word of the day: champion. Sam. He's a champion. I guess.
Yes.
That is it for AVI NFL this year. keep tuned with us because I want to try and maybe keep up with this throughout the off season. Maybe start talking about the draft, upcoming draft stuff, and then recap from the draft stuff. We can talk about
Definitely.
the impact of free agency and what that'll have this year. So we'll probably do a couple more shows throughout the off season, as well as I'm just going to start a video blog myself with my fiance. So
Nice.
like, share, and subscribe, to the channel Twisted Viking. That whole thing. I got to start doing that apparently if I'm trying to get a internet presence out there.
Yeah, you do have to say that after each video.
Like
share,
the
subscribe.
video,
Like,
share the video, subscribe to the video. I don't know where I'm pointing, so
All those.
hit the links in the side over here, right there.
If you're not sure, just click all the buttons you see.
Yeah, just click everything. Throw this out there to your friends, family, loved ones, enemies. Even I don't care. I am non-discriminatory.
Yeah, it's not discriminatory.
So, but yeah, keep in touch with us. If you guys want to keep with us and keep on playing AVI NFL, we could look at expanding the league next year if more people want to get in. So yeah, that's where we're at. And I guess on one final note, I guess since we have the trophy this year, what does next year's buy-in go into?
We talked briefly about that.
I think that needs to fully be established, and we need to go over it with the entire league and who wants to play. But I'm thinking for future years, since we have the trophy, that'll just get passed around to people like a cheap date. I'm thinking jerseys.
Yeah, I think
at this
jersey
point
would be
out,
cool.
we go with like a jersey, either your team's MVP or just a jersey that you want.
Choose. I think that'd be more of a preference.
Yeah.
I would consider doing team MVP just because, I don't know, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Memorable.
sometimes sometimes absolutely not. Like 2 years ago when I won,
Who would be my MVP? Let's see.
probably
Aaron Jones?
probably Aaron Jones or Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
I'd say one of those two guys. But yeah, like for me 2 years ago, it would have been Ezekiel Elliott. And if you would have gotten me a Cowboys jersey, I would have burned it right there in front of you and kicked you probably squarely in the groin. So,
Whoa.
it's kind of 50-50. We'll talk about it. Keep in touch. As I said, like, share, and subscribe to the video. My name is Garrett M. La Laguna. This is your champion, 2019 AVI NFL champion,
There we
Mr. Tony Burgess,
Thank
DJ
you.
Hodor himself.
Thank you.
And keep with us, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Go 49ers, I guess.
Go team.
Go
team.
Go football.
Go football.
Go football. Go sports.
Sports ball.
Go sports ball. Yes. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy.